So seam sealing done. So I'm gonna leave it for now. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with the paint. For now we're gonna leave it to the side, and I'm gonna pull this table here now, and I'm gonna keep working on my fenders, the inside of the fenders, because there I know I have to do the same thing. I have to clean them and spray them with trim cloth white inside, and then we're gonna see what's gonna be next. So I set the table up and I'm gonna start cleaning this second fender now. I just wanted to show you here in more light what I'm doing, because I'm not gonna show you how I'm cleaning it. I just wanted to show you the before and the after. The before just needs some scuffing here, cleaning up. Maybe we'll see here. Hopefully this is only surface rust. We're gonna clean that. Here there's a little bit more residues of undercoating. So we're gonna have to wipe this. You have to get rid of some rivets here, clean this up, and yeah, and then we're gonna do the rest. The other two fenders are standing over there, and the bonnet and the boot lid, and then we're gonna paint them. All right, I think I finally got it clean from all the undercoating. There is a little bit here and there, but now we're gonna sand that. There was a lot here and a lot here, but now I managed to clean it, and now I'm just gonna sand it to scuff the paint like this one, so we can spray it, and we're gonna move to the next one. All right, the fender is pretty clean inside and scuffed for the paint. So it's ready inside. The only thing is now here, there's not one, not two, but 3 holes. This one is good. 3 holes for, I guess, for the front wing or spoiler. I think this is the original hole, if one of them is original anyways. And then the other 2 somebody drilled. Anyways, so we're gonna weld those, we're gonna grind it smooth, and then we're gonna move on to the next fender. All right, this is done. Moving on to the next fender. All right, this is the rear left fender, and it doesn't look too bad inside. It's pretty clean, so we just have to sand it and make sure there's no residues from any seam seal or anything. But there's no much residue of the undercoating, even here inside. See, it's pretty clean. So we're just gonna wipe it, sand it, and if we have to, we're gonna rust convert it here a little bit, and it's gonna be ready. The only thing is here, I don't know what happened here. Looks like brazing and stuff. So we're gonna try to clean this up, and if we have to, we can just repair it a little bit to make nice and round circular hole, and that's it. Everything else looks good. Okay, this is the outside. I just removed some body filler that was used to smoothen this out. I don't know what happened, somehow this got ripped. So I'll see if I can hammer and dolly this out a little bit, and then we will see if we can weld a little bit inside this circle, like weld this up. I know with the brazing it's not gonna be easy, but we can build a little bit up. Again, I'm gonna get blamed again for building metal out of welding wire, but I don't think that's a problem. We will see at the end the final result, right? Yeah, that looks a little better, I think. And that's the inside. I'm showing you. Looks like there's a, looks like there's a stitch here, braced, which I think I'm gonna weld now on the inside instead of brazing. And get rid of this. And here, it was literally ripped. So we can weld this inside. There you go. managed to build all over the edges here. In this area where there was brass, it was a little bit tricky, it was burning on me, but I managed to slowly build it up. And now we're gonna just grind it flush, and then we're gonna shape the hole a little bit, and that's it. Let me see. The other side doesn't look too bad. There's a little pinhole in the corner, right here. So we might try to weld this on the outside. Here. I don't know if that's brass. Okay, I'll try. Okay, so that's what it looks like inside after I ground it. And that's the outside. I don't think it's too bad. So now we just have to finish the hole and we're gonna be perfect. All right, we're done. Not gonna do anything else here. In the body shop, they're gonna have to do a little bit of body filler, of course. Can't make it perfectly smooth with only metal, but it is much better than what it was before, right? So that's it. Let's deal with the inside of the fender quickly and move on. All right, so the inside is pretty clean now. I sanded it, wire wheeled it wherever I could, wherever it needed, and now the whole entire inside is clean. Try to clean here inside as much as possible too, and sanded it manually and wire wheeled it with my little wire wheel. And yeah, now it's ready for paint. There's something over there, but we're gonna see that on the outside what it looks like. And now it's ready for paint inside, as well as 2 other fenders. And I was gonna go and start working on the 4th fender inside, but I was just informed that there's another change in plans. So let me tell you. So the change in the plans is the following. You know how I was telling you that I was gonna paint the inside of the boot and the engine bay with the base color, and then we were gonna put the body on the frame once the frame is assembled and engine and transmission and everything are on the frame, and then we were gonna install the panels, the wings, the doors, the bonnet, the trunk lid and everything else, and then we were gonna send the car for external paint. However, we're having a little bit of a slowdown on the parts for the frame on the delivery because of COVID, of course. So now we don't have actually so much time. There is a paint shop available that can take the car as soon as we're ready for it. So we think, I don't like the idea, but I know that many of you are gonna like it. We're gonna have to build some kind of a jig or some kind of a dolly for the car so we can put it down and we can roll it back and forth. And actually we're gonna send it in pieces to the body shop so they can paint the entire car, including the fenders and the bonnet and the trunk lid. They're gonna paint them separately and then we're gonna install them on the car. So that's what Jake decided, and he's the one with the decisions, so we're gonna have to go for it. I'm a little bit concerned about gaps, about fitment after that, because you know we tested everything, we fitted everything and everything fits well. But you know, once I start assembling it, I have to fiddle around with it, I have to move back and forth, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna scratch something. Anyways, it's gonna be tricky. Also, I've done a lot of metal work and I brought all the lines as close as possible to the truth with metal work, but there were some areas where I wanted to build a little bit up with body filler, and I was expecting that when the car is put together before paint, we can do the body work. I can do a little bit here, the body shop can do a little bit there, and we can make everything fit perfectly with each other. But now in this situation, I don't know. The body work is going to be done separately on the body and on the... Also, I'm concerned about this line here on the rear fender. where it matches the rear deck. I don't know, it might have needed a little bit of attention, but now, I don't know, I hope everything is gonna be fine. Well, it is what it is. I'm really scared to do the car in this way. For many people, this is the only way to do their cars. For example, Chef Tash is doing his car this way. So I guess we're gonna go for it, and we're gonna have to figure out how to do it after, to finish the car after it's painted. Anyway, so in this situation, we also have to deal a little bit with the outside. Jake asked me to sand the outside of the fenders too and get them ready for the paint job, because they're not gonna do much sanding, looks like. We're gonna have to do most of it here. So we're gonna start, since we have this fender on the table, I'm gonna flip it and just sand it on the outside too, and make sure that it is good for painting. So the outside of the fender is done as well. I mean, it's all scuffed, and that's how far I'm gonna go with it. Now, if it was my own car, you know, like that one, I would strip entirely the fender to bare metal and get rid of all the paint and all body filler, because there's a little bit of body filler too. And I would start from scratch, but whoever pays the bills, they make the decisions, you know. So that's how it goes. So yeah, that's how far we're gonna go with the paint stripping, and then and we're gonna move on to the, actually I'm gonna bring back now the front fenders, and I'm gonna do the same for them. I'm gonna scuff them outside as well, and then we're gonna finish the last rear fender in and out, and we will see where we're gonna go from there. We have 3 fenders done in and out, and I'm doing the 4th one here, and I'm almost done with the inside that I found here. I remember when this car came, this fender was welded or brazed to the car. You can see here the marks. For whatever reason, it was brazed to the car, and my friend KJ cut it off. But you can still see here a mark from his cutting wheel, and here this got tripped, this little flange, and we want to rebuild it now again, because we don't want this to be like ending here. So we're gonna found this big piece of metal, we're gonna weld it here to recreate this flange, and we're gonna weld this too, so it's gonna look better, and it has a flat surface to go against the body. And that looks better. There's a flange. There are a few little dots here, but that's where we have to do body work. We can't do everything with metal, right? At least I'm not that good yet. There was a little cut here that I fixed, and we removed the brazing. So yeah, we're gonna finish cleaning it inside, and then we're gonna flip it. We're gonna scuff it on the outside, just like these guys here, and we're gonna see what's gonna be next. Okay, for the other side, I just wanted to show you that was on all 4 fenders. Below this body line, there's something that is, I don't know what, it was on the valances, and it's also here, this yellow thing, which is like grainy, but once you remove it, there's undercoating, something like oily underneath, something that gets stuck on my sandpaper, so I have to wipe it. So what I did actually on the other rear fender over there, I removed this with a wire wheel. It's dusty, but no other way. And then I wiped it with paint thinner, and then I kept going with the sandpaper and took it to that state. Okay. And remove the glue now so it doesn't stick to our sandpaper. Okay, and the rest is gonna be the DA sander. Alright, so the last fourth fender or wing is done on the outside too. So we have them all here lined up. And now we're gonna start dealing with the bonnet and the boot lid, and we will see what they have to offer. But we're gonna do this in another video because I think we had just enough for today. So I'm gonna let you go, guys. Thanks for watching, commenting and subscribing. See you next time.